first, live, local. This is Fox 12 Now.
Hello, everyone. This is Fox 12 Now. Welcome back. I'm Greg Nibbler. We are live streaming here from the Fox 12 Oregon newsroom, and thanks for joining us. We get to have some longer form conversations as part of the show. You can check all of those out on the Fox 12 Oregon app or at kptv.com. Right now, it's Thursday if you're watching live, but Friday is International Small Business Day. So something to celebrate there, to learn more about small businesses, but also a good time to bring awareness of, unfortunately, some bad actors, some ransomware, some scammers that are out there targeting small businesses. So this is kind of a double-edged thing here talking about this today. And to do so, of course, we have Mickey Boland from Checkpoint. And Mickey, always great to have you here on the show to talk about this. And, you know, International Small Business Day, certainly a big part of a lot of people that are probably watching involved either own a small business, buying from a small business, know somebody with a small business. But one thing that I thought was pretty interesting is there's some really fascinating Oregon and Portland statistics when it comes to small businesses.
Yeah, Greg, I didn't realize this, but when we got the statistics for Oregon, if you look at Portland Metro, there is over 500,000 people employed by small businesses. It actually comprises like 95% of all the establishments. And if you go greater picture to Oregon, 99% of the businesses are small business. It's employing over 409,000 people. It's huge, right? If you think about 35% of the people in Portland work for small businesses, it's a significant factor.
Yeah, that's a pretty big statistic there. So a lot of people involved in that. And, you know, to talk about the other side of things that we brought up there at the beginning, you know, there are some, unfortunately, you know, scams and things that small businesses get targeted for. And can you tell us about that? And just, you know, it seems like, is this something that's increasing?
Yeah, it is increasing. So I work for Checkpoint, of course. We have a research team, and they just published the 2025 report. Small business attacks or cyber attacks in small business have increased 61% this year over last year. And the other thing that's happening is that many of these small businesses are attacked multiple times per week. So it's a continued onslaught and targeting. Why? Because small businesses employ people, all primarily make up the workforce in the United States. At least small businesses are everywhere. Small businesses are agile; they're adopting technology very rapidly, and also there's a financial. Obviously, cyber criminals are after financial gain. So small businesses are the ones who they particularly feel that are targets because of potentially adopting technology without having all the security guardrails in place and actually moving rapidly. They can hit a lot of them and steal a lot of money. So I can tell you a couple of things that are going on right now that I'd love for you guys to be aware of.
Yeah, what are some of the biggest scams that are happening right now, or scams not the right word, whatever it may be? What are some of the biggest threats out there right now for small businesses?
Yes, Greg, the threats are considerable. So number one, ransomware. Phishing attacks are done through social engineering. That they start with social engineering, they learn about people, they learn about where you work, and then they actually start their target. They're sending a phishing link. Via email. Business email compromise is the number one way that phishers get through an organization. Small business is moving quickly, and this is a problem. Phishing links through text, through social media platforms is huge. It's becoming even more. Phishing or smishing and phishing QR codes that are sent to you about your FedEx delivery for your small business. These are all ways that they attack, but they first think of social engineering and actually trying to understand the business. Number two, ransomware, I said, malware attacks to get in through phishing and social engineering. But number two is a thing called pig butchering. I don't know if you've heard about these scams. It kind of started with consumers. So these guys are grifters, they're cyber criminals. They work usually for nation states. They're in cyber groups of like hotels and buildings and complexes, and there are literally tens of thousands of people behind keyboards and mobile devices. They're sending phishing texts, starting out with text, hey, I have a crypto investment opportunity for you, or we met at a conference, or they send financial statements that are actually fake. So this is going on. I beg of you guys to all check it, from everyone from your community, small business. A lot of small businesses are LLCs and sole proprietorships. So talk about it in your chambers of commerce. Get the advice, look at the research. You can go to ftc.gov and look at scams. And there's a host of scams that are targeting small business. A lot of them are financial fraud, invoicing, electronic invoicing to make payments, those kind of things.
Yeah, and people are sending those out. I mean, I get a lot of those texts, every day too. And those ones like, oh yeah, I have you in my contact list. I can't remember who this is. And yeah, all those different ways that they want you to click on things. So watching out for those, definitely something really good. Anything else that somebody can do or try to be proactive for, I guess, in preventing any kind of issue like that?
Yes, Greg. I mean, it comes back to training people for awareness and also like looking at your processes, right? So, and then the second thing I would say is partner with a technology company like Checkpoint and one of our partners, or find a good partner that's locally that can help you to take a look at what you're doing and find ways to shore up your cybersecurity and your people processes and technology. So for people, first of all, training. There are so much resources. Stay Safe Online has resources for small business. They have kits that you can get. There are PDFs you can share. You can do your own training. It's all about awareness for scams, for cyber criminals, financial fraud. The FTC has SMB kits. You can actually get them free and sent to you. You can take them to your Chamber of Commerce. You can get a kit of 25 or 100 and get these booklets that you can share. When you're talking about training, it's really in process for how people act, right? If somebody sends you an electronic invoice, you should have a process for your small business around not paying for electronic, just ad hoc stuff that comes through your email. There has to be some type of like validation process, an out of band process that you can verify. Just like when you do a wire transfer, like when we were selling our home and we had a wire transfer, there's all these rules and guardrails to protect that it's not fraudulent. So those need to be followed for small business for any financial transaction. All of your, so the second thing would be, is all of your accounts. Small business uses a lot of internet type SaaS accounts or browser-based access to their banking accounts or financial. These can be paid for services. They can also be free. We see that a lot of small businesses are adopting generative AI, like OpenAI, and I'm not trying to name names, but I'm just using the ones that people know. They are using them as a free account. Whether you're paying for the account, which I highly recommend that you're paying, you need to make sure that you're using multiple factor authentication. So don't just use password and your email and a password. Make sure that you have authentication that requires, like I put my mobile phone somewhere, but it has the MFA. So when you sign in, you get a one-time passcode. And it's also checking something else, right? It's checking who you are and something that you know. This is so important, and it really would stop a lot of problems. The other thing is that you want to make sure that you're supporting your people with really good cybersecurity for your endpoints. So like your mobile devices, your tablets, your laptops, and anything that you have that's accessing in your business, your local office, or if you have like I'm going to use an example of like a dental association where they have multiple offices, but there's not really a mothership. Each one of those businesses need to have really good internet security so that you can ensure that no threats are getting into your business. And it protects all of the IT and all the people that are in the business working and all of your assets there. That's really what you need to do. Mobile, I can't talk about it enough. A lot of mobile threats are becoming very, very, prevalent. You're seeing it. We all see these, and most of us know, like never click links. but you kind of need a technology to help you in case somebody does click a link. So it's a fail safe that will protect the people because people make mistakes.
Yeah,
Those
mistakes
are the
can
things
happen,
that,
and and sometimes you're in a hurry, or they're getting better and better at some of these, texts as well. So
yeah.
yeah, it can happen, but I think that's a really good point. Just going back to what you mentioned there too with small businesses, you're moving fast, you're adopting new software, new whatever it may be. Remember that you got to have yourself protected throughout all that as well.
Absolutely.
Like moving
Yeah,
fast.
don't trade off all your innovation and your agility that you have, which is so amazing, and incur additional risk for your business, especially in your financials. It's so obvious these guys are after banking accounts, investment, anything that they can find a hook in to steal your money from your small business. They will do it. They will try.
Yep. Well, Mickey, thank you. I mean, this is great advice too for everybody out there for, International Small Business Day, but just any day, that you have a small
Yes.
business or somebody and these are important things to think about and keep track of to try to make sure and mitigate some of those risks that are out there because there are a lot of them. And like I mentioned,
Yes,
they're doing
sir.
good at it. Well, thank you so much for joining us here. I always appreciate having you on and great advice for everybody. As always, good to talk to you, Mickey.
Thank you, Greg. Thank you, everyone.
And for everybody watching, this is Fox 12 Now. We're going to take a break. Of course, if there's breaking news between now and 4 p.m. today, I will be back and I will bring that news to you should that occur. But otherwise, feel free to watch all of our segments there on the Fox 12 Oregon app on whatever platform you're on. You can download that. That's got all of the segments here from this show and, of course, everything else that we do here at Fox 12 Oregon as well. But take a break. I'll talk to you soon. I'm Greg Nibbler. This is Fox 12 Now.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye. Thanks.
Cheers. Have a good